Very good morning, dear student. Welcome to the Siddharth Point. Today we are taking the new topic, that is the very important shortest distance between two lines. In three-dimensional geometry, how one can find the shortest distance between two lines under different conditions. So, dear student, we have to see. We join the meeting and see how to find the distance. So how to find the shortest distance when we are given the lines either in the vector form or in the Cartesian form. So if two lines in space intersect at a point, suppose if any two lines intersecting in the space, then shortest distance will be 0 because they are intersecting line, and minimum or we can say lowest distance between them, that is 0. So we can say the condition, if two lines in space intersect at a point, then the shortest distance will be 0. If two lines in space are parallel, then now if second condition, there are two conditions only. These are parallel lines. Clear? So if two lines are parallel, then we can say shortest distance between the will be perpendicular distance. If you want to find the shortest distance between two parallel lines, then we draw a perpendicular from any one line to the other. Suppose we are drawing a perpendicular from A to the point B. So the distance between these two lines is the length of the perpendicular drawn from one line to other. Clear? This is the second condition. How to find the distance between the two parallel lines? That is the length of the perpendicular or length of the perpendicular drawn from a point on one line onto another. Further in space there are a line which are neither. Till now or up to this level, you have already heard only two type of cases. Either line are intersecting and line are parallel. At third, in 9th class or 10th, you are saying that coincident line. That is also a case, special case of a parallel line. That is not third case. Only special case of this, when the distance between parallel line is 0, the lines are called as a coincide line. So till today you are familiar with only two cases, either line in the plane are intersecting or they are parallel. Clear? Now we see the third case. In the space there are lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel. Clear? Now see, if you figure in three-dimensional system, this is X, Y and Z. Clear? Now if you take any rectangular parallelepiped here, suppose you can consider here a rectangular parallelepiped in this way. If you draw the figure, and mark the points as A, B, C. This is A, B, C. O already given, E, D. This is E, D. G, F. This is a parallelepiped, or you can say any cuboid in three-dimensional space. Correct? Now in this case, we take one more case of the line. Clear? When G is moving with E or when joined with this line, passing through G and E, and other line is B and B. line L1 and L2. Here in the space, if you observe these lines very carefully, because this is a 3D picture, we can get a clear picture in 3D, but in two plane we are drawing, that's why not clear. So one may be see, if you talk in the two dimensional, if you are extending this, you see that they are intersecting, but they are not actually intersecting on increasing or extending indefinitely, because you can visualize this or imagine this like suppose we are considering this cuboid as our room. Clear? In your room you can say at the floor or top of the room. At the top of the room is in the rectangular form. So when you see the two corners of the top diagonally like this is the roof of the room, and we are joining the two opposite corner of the roof or diagonal. They are intersecting like you can see in your room. If you are join the diagonal of the roof and other is what? One corner of the roof and other corner on the floor. Like you can again see in your room that corner to the ground corner of the floor. So what we see? They are never intersecting each other because they have some fixed distance in this way and one line move in this way. Clear? And other will move on this way. There is some distance. At the nearest point, the lines are crossing in this way, like this. They are not in this way because they are 3D. One will be moving in this way above and other on the. So there is a position when we get they are nearest to each other, but they never meet. So such type of lines are called as a skew lines. SKW. Skew lines. Clear? So which line are skew lines? So you can say in the plane there are lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel, or we may call these lines as a non-coplanar. This is also we use word here non-coplanar. Which they are in the not same plane. Clear? They are in the same space and called skew line, and we have already given this figure. So this line GE and line and BD are called skew lines. These are the skew lines that you have to find. Clear? So one may be say here G that goes diagonally across the ceiling. This is across the ceiling of the room. You can say, and line BD passes through the one corner of the ceiling. This is one corner of the ceiling and directly above it and goes diagonally down the wall. This is diagonally wall. Clear? So these lines are skewed because they are not parallel and also not neat. So this is clear. What is the meaning of the skew line? The lines which are not parallel and not neat. If we are extend indefinitely. Clear? So by the shortest distance means two lines, we meet the join of a point on one line with one point on the other line, so that the length of the line segment obtaining is smallest. The distance between two lines at a position is minimum. That is why it is known as shortest distance. Because this is a shortest distance. Means like see, these lines are extending in this way. So there may be a position. Like after some time this line will cross in this way and this line will move on this side. But they are not intersecting. So at that point, what is the distance? That is known as shortest distance between two lines, and these lines are called a skew line. So for skew line, the line of shortest distance will be measured perpendicular to both, and you already know distance is always measured perpendicular. So distance between two lines, we can draw the formula. So for that you can say here, we determine the shortest distance between two lines in the following way. Let L1 and L2 are two given shortest line. So write down L1. Let L1 and L2 are given two skew lines. So we draw the figure L1. Suppose this is L1 and this is L2. These are the, like here in the previous figure we are taking GE and DB. We are drawing in the three dimension. Clear? These are, and in equation we know that for any line in vector form A1 plus lambda B1, and second line equation vector are A2 plus mu B2. This two formula of the equation of the line is given. Now take any point S on L1. We take any point S on L1 and P on L2. These 2 points we take on the lines, and you know that if any point is given on the line, and if you are given the equation of the line, then what mean by A1 vector? That is the position vector of the point from which first line passes through. So its position vector is vector A1, its position vector is vector A2. Now first line is parallel to vector B1 and second line is parallel to vector B2. These are we are supposing here. Now what is? Then the magnitude of the shortest distance. Now if you want to find the magnitude of the shortest distance, vector will be equal to the projection of SP. Now if you want to find the magnitude of the shortest distance vector is equal to projection of vector SP. With SP means joining the points on the L1 and L2, that is S and T, along the direction of the line, along the direction of the line of shortest distance. This is the definition. If we want to find the magnitude of the shortest distance vector, which is equal to projection of vector SC along the direction of the line of shortest distance. Clear? Line of shortest distance. So if we consider PQ is the, here we take 2 point P and Q other than S and T. So if vector PQ is shortest distance vector, if vector PQ is shortest distance vector, we are considering PQ as a shortest distance vector between L1 and L2. Between L1 and L2. These two lines, vector PQ, we are saying the shortest distance. Then it being perpendicular to both vector. So when it is a shortest distance, then it should be it being perpendicular to both vector. Why both vectors? Because vectors are parallel to given line. So by the definition of the shortest distance, dear student, we say that if PQ is the shortest distance, then PQ will be perpendicular to L1 and also L2. But you know that L1 have direction parallel to B1 or same as B1, or L2 is direction parallel to vector B2. So this PQ is perpendicular to L1 and L2, but L1 and L2 are parallel. So L1 and B1 parallel, L2 and B2 are. That's why PQ is also perpendicular to vector B1 as well as vector B2. So this is very important concept. We are saying that PQ is a perpendicular, then the unit vector N1, the unit vector n cap along PQ. Along PQ means again you can say vector PQ, but magnitude is 1. That's why we are taking n cap. If you are finding the vector PQ and modulus of that divided by, then you get n cap. So n cap will be B1 cross B2 divided by its magnitude. This is very careful. Only we are saying here we say what? Vector PQ is the shortest vector between L1 and L2. Then vector PQ is perpendicular. And in previous chapter you see how to find a vector which is perpendicular to the given vector. We find their cross product. Vector B1 cross B2. It means this vector is perpendicular to vector B1 and B2. Now if you want to find a unit vector which is perpendicular to both the vectors, then you divide this by their magnitude. That's why you can say this is the unit vector n cap along the PQ, because PQ is perpendicular to B1 and B2. So we can write here B1 B2 divided by the magnitude of B. Now then if you want to find the vector PQ, so PQ will have some magnitude, suppose D. So D into n cap. N cap is direction, D is the magnitude. So in previous chapter we already learned how to find the vector in the direction of the given vector or perpendicular to the two vectors. So magnitude into direction. Direction, that is n cap, is given by this. So we get the vector PQ equal to D into n cap. Clear? Where D is the magnitude of the shortest vector. Where D is the magnitude of the shortest distance. Here we call D is the magnitude of the shortest distance vector, that is PQ. In simple language you can say D means magnitude of vector PQ. Now suppose let theta be the angle between vector ST and PQ. Vector ST and PQ. Then now we know how to find the angle between two vectors. We use the formula PQ equal to ST cos theta then PQ equal to ST cos theta, where cos theta equal to formula of the cos theta and vector we already see, that is the PQ dot product of the vector divided by their magnitudes. Cos theta equal to what? Dot product of the vector divided by their magnitudes. Now we put all these values in the formula of PQ and we get the value of the shortest distance. So see here how we solve this. Cos theta equal to this So cos theta equal to PQ dot ST. Now PQ can be written as D into n cap. We are taking what PQ, vector PQ as a D into n cap. So we can write modulus of cos theta generally became mod of this because we are considering the acute angle.
सर मेरे को ना चार्ट में 10 की मैक्सिमम चाहिए.
क्या थी?
10 की मैक्सिमम चाहिए.
10 की
है ना?
So see dear student, cos theta equal to mod of PQ, and PQ we are taking vector. PQ value vector is D dot n cap, and vector ST from the figure C, vector ST can be written as position vector of the point T minus position vector of S. So position vector of T is vector A2, position vector of S A1. So we can say dot A2 minus A1 upon PQ into ST. Now mode of PQ. If you want to find modulus of PQ, so mode of vector D into n cap, and modulus of n cap, that unit vector, so which is 1. So D. Directly we get D. And ST, modulus of ST as a length, so simply you write ST. Now you can cancel out the D on both sides. D will be cancelled out, and n cap we are already given. The unit vector n cap is given by this formula. So we write this formula, mod of B1 cross B2 upon B1 cross B2. This is the value of n cap into dot product A2 minus A1 dot A2 minus A1 its modulus. As we get required distance, that we need D. So you may write hence required shortest distance, we are marking as a D. Clear? And we give already the formula D equal to D means PQ or length of PQ. Length of PQ, that is ST cos theta. Here ST will be also remain. This is the ST left. So put the value ST into vector B1 cross B2 dot A2 minus A1 its mod upon mod of B1 cross B2. Now ST is positive value. So finally we get the formula for shortest distance is, that is D equal to small d, or you can say SD, shortest distance, mod of B1 cross B2 dot A2 minus A1 upon modulus of B1 cross B2. So this is the shortest distance. So you may remember this formula for finding the shortest distance between the two scale lines. Clear? So this L1 is given by this formula. Now suppose if we are given the line in Cartesian form, so this same formula you can use by converting them into Cartesian form if vector form is given. And you already know how to represent B1, B2, B3. Clear? So if lines are given L1 as x minus x1 upon A1, y minus y1 upon B1, and z minus z1 C1. And second line L2 is given x minus x2 upon A2, y minus y2 upon b2 and z minus z2 upon c2. If lines are given in the Cartesian form, then how we can find the shortest distance between the two lines? So here you can either use another formula or you may also use this same formula. How? Because from this vector you can find a1, the point or position vector of the point from first line part. So you can say here a1, b1, c1. So from this you get the vector a1, that is a1i plus b1i plus c1j. So put that one. A2 position vector of the point B from second line passes through, that is a2i plus b2j plus c2, and put here. And b1. So this is the b1 and b2. This is the value of b1 and b2. And if you want to find the position vector of the point A, then coordinate of the A is given x1, y1, z1, b x2, y2, z. So you can also use this formula for Cartesian. Otherwise, we have one more formula that you can draw from this one. If you find the product of this, we see in the case of the vector, the product in the determinant form will be I, J, K. This is B1, B2, or coefficient of B1, B2 is A1, B1, C1, and states A2, B2, and C2. This is the cross product of the vector. Clear? B1 cross B2 you can write in determinant form. Clear? So after this determinant form you have to find the dot product. So you know that I with I, J with J, K with K. So only I, J, K replaced by the coefficient of these. That is A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1 means X2 minus X1, Y2 minus Y1, Z2 minus Z. So we can write this in the form of this numerator can be written in the determinant form x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1. Then a1, b1, c1, and a2, b2, c2. Now we need the mode of this. Mode of vector b1 cross b2. So mode of this means you solve this determinant and then find their modulus. Means take the square root of these diagonally differentiate. So one may be written in the form of that is formula, like if you take I1, then it will be C2 minus C2 B1 minus C1 B2 whole square. Clear? So you can say B1 C2 minus C1 B2 whole square. Then minus minus plus and change the sign. J then A1 C2, but we are taking plus. That's why it will be C1 A2. So C1 A2 minus A1 C2 whole square. Then K taking A1 B1 A1 B2 minus A2 B1 whole square. So this is the modulus. So you may also use this formula for the Cartesian form, or you can use for both the cases this formula. Clear? So in this way, dear student, one can find the shortest distance between two lines when lines are given either in the Cartesian form or in vector form. But vice versa, when vector form are given, we can convert into Cartesian form, or Cartesian form of a line are given, one can also convert it into vector form. And for both the form, either you may use the different formula for finding the shortest distance, or you can use the same formula by converting one form into another. Okay? Now one more related point we take here. Now in this straight line or in three-dimensional space, suppose these lines are parallel, then also we need the distance between them, because if the lines are intersecting, distance is 0. Lines are skew, then we have already used the formula. Now one case left, how to find the distance between parallel lines. So distance between parallel line. So this line what we have see here, that if you turn into parallel, and we are saying the perpendicular distance between these two lines, then how to find the length of perpendicular? So suppose we are given vector r equal to a1 plus lambda b1, r equal to a2 plus. Now you can see here very important thing. If the two lines are parallel, then this will be same. Because lines are parallel, then either you can see this is vector b1 which is equal to b and b2, that is because both are parallel vector. So we may generally write this vector b and b. Clear? So in this the scalar may be changed, they may be proportional ratio. So what we see here, vector r equal to a1 vector plus lambda b vector. Second vector r equal to a2 plus mu vector b. So in both the lines we are using the same vector b. Why? Because the lines are parallel. Then their vector parallel are also parallel to each other. So parallel vector we can represent by the same symbol. The only scalar or multiple will be like this. Suppose one vector is I plus j plus k. Then other vector may be like this, 2i, 2j and 2k. So if you take 2 common, then vector are same. So mu equal to 2, lambda equal to 1. So 1 may be written in this way. Now our main aim is here to find the distance between these two parallel vectors. So only what formalities are left here, that in the previous case there are different b1 and b2. Now b1 and b2 we both replace by b vector. Clear? And we draw the formula. Then this formula will be like that one, you can say it will give you distance, and we draw the perpendicular from these two lines, that is TP will be the TP. This is the shortest distance between this. Clear? Now we take the position vectors of these point S with the A1, T with the A2. These are parallel, that's why T point we are taking common, as TQ is a perpendicular on this, and you solve the projection of ST on TP, that we have to find, and this angle between the projection is theta. So same derivation we can use, and finally what we get, that is formula for the shortest distance, d equal to mod of pt is equal to mod of, now b1 and b cross both are replaced by only vector b, and dot product is converted into cross when you draw the derivation upon mod of vector b. So very easy formula here for finding the distance between two parallel lines. Clear? D equal to vector b cross vector a2 minus a1 upon b. And in the case of the skew line, we are using here vector b1 cross b2, and this cross into dot. In that case, we are using dot, and vector a2 minus a1 upon mod of vector b1 cross b2. So there is a little difference between the two lines. If the lines are parallel, then their shortest distance is given by this formula, and if the lines are not parallel, then you have to see formula we are using before. So now we take some example to understand this, or how to find the shortest distance. So first example, see 11. Find the example 11. Find the shortest distance between L1 and L2. L1 and L2 given by equations. We are given equation in vector form. So first is r equal to I plus j plus lambda into 2i minus j plus k. This is the first line, and second is given as r vector equal to 2i plus j minus k plus mu into 3i minus 5j plus 2k. Clear? So that we have to find out. So we use what as general formula and compare with vector r equal to a plus lambda b1, and second as vector r equal to a2 plus mu vector b2. So here find vector a1 is this, that is I plus j. Vector a2 means this vector 2i plus j minus k, and vector b1 means the coefficient vector of the lambda 2i minus j plus k, and vector b2 equal to coefficient of u 3i minus 5j plus 2k. Okay, now we have to use the formula shortest distance equal to mod of vector b1 cross b2 dot a2 minus a1. So we get all four vectors, and you know how to make calculation. So make the calculation, you get the answer. Clear? So see here, dear student, we solve this one by taking vector a2 minus a1. Separate this vector minus this. So 2i minus I, that is I, j minus j, 0 minus k, that is minus k. So we get vector a2 minus a1. Clear? Similarly, we find the b1 cross b2. b1 cross b2 using determinant I, j, k. Coefficient of b1, that is 2 minus 1 1. Coefficient of b2 3 minus 5 and 2. Okay? So you can solve with the I, j, k, and that will give you the answer as the vector 3i minus j minus 7k. 3i minus j minus 7k. Okay? Now we need also the modulus of this one. So mod of this will be given as mod of b1 cross b2 is equal to square root of 3 square, 1 square and 49. So this is root 59. Now put all these values here and we get the answer. So SD equal to this vector will be 3i minus j minus 7k dot a2 minus a1 I minus k upon root 59. So now you can see here we have to multiply I with I, j with j and k with k. Clear? So this is 3 into 1, 3. Here 0 minus is 0 to 0. Minus 7 minus plus 7 upon root 59. So finally you get 10 upon root 59. So dear student, in this way you can find the shortest distance between the line. So using this formula one can find the shortest distance between the given line. So dear student, this is all for today's video. To be continued with us for more videos, and in next video you see how to we draw the equation and some important relation for the plane. That is very important. So to be continued with us, subscribe the Sukar's Point. Have a nice day.